guys, and welcome to another video. So namhlanje we'll be talking about things I would say to my younger self. I think looking back at the younger versions of ourselves, we all have something we would like to say to those younger versions of ourselves. Well, for me, I know I do. I have a lot to say. There are parts of our lives we feel we could have done better in, even though we did not know any better at the time. There are parts of our lives we look at and be like, oh girl, you could have done better at that. So today I'll be sharing with you guys things I would go back and say to the younger version of myself. I know that all the mistakes and things that happened at the time were necessary for my growth at that time, but it's just conversations I would have with myself if I had to go back and speak to myself knowing what I know right now. The first thing I would say to the younger version of myself is you are enough as you are. I know I've shared this a lot of times, but looking back and seeing myself envying other people just makes me cringe. And I would just go back and tell young Setu that she is okay and enough as she was. I would tell her that she needs to be content and be grounded in all that she was at the time. I would tell her that she is special. I would tell her she is unique, and I would say that she has something uniquely beautiful that she can share and offer to the world. Two would be to speak your mind. I'm not yet perfect in this, but I have stayed in situations I was not supposed to stay in because I did not speak my mind because I was afraid of offending the next person, even at the expense of my own truth. And I now have learned that my peace comes first, but I just have to go about that in a non-arrogant way. And another thing I would say to myself is it is okay to be afraid, but don't let that fear stand in the way of your dreams. If someone asked me, so the next thing I would tell myself is that it's okay to be afraid, but don't let that fear get in the way of your dreams. If someone asks me what is one of my biggest fears, one of my answers is usually that it is fear itself, because I have allowed fear to hold me back from my dreams for the longest time. I knew I had the best potential to do a lot of things, but because I let fear stand in the way of all those things, I never get to do them at the time I wanted to do those things. So I would let her know that it is okay to be afraid, but don't let that fear hold you back from your dreams. Fourth and last thing I would say to my younger self is it's okay to say no. I have struggled with this for the longest time. I still am a bit. I have times I have put myself in so many uncomfortable situations because I was afraid to say no and disappoint the other person. I have said yes even in times when I knew that deep inside I wanted to say no, and that has cost me my peace. I feel like I'm now in a place where I understand that my peace and happiness comes first, and it's okay to say no regardless of whether I disappoint the other person or not. So you guys, these were things I looked back on and I found that I would say to the younger version of myself. I feel like we all have things we would like to say to the 10-year-old us, to the 15-year-old us, to the 19-year-old us, looking at all that we are right now. So please do comment down below and let me know all the things that you would want to say to the younger version of your own self. Thank you very much for thank you very much for watching. I love you so much. Bye.